Hey all, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy, where last time we defeated the Lich and got the Earth Crystal restored. It also opened up the Earth Gift Shrine, which we are not doing yet. Honestly, they are kind of balanced to where you can do it right away, but you would need to be a little bit higher level. I'm level 21 with most everybody, so I'm pretty okay for it. But it would be a little bit harder, so I'm not going to do it just yet. Maybe after I get a crystal or two, honestly, because they kind of just do ramp up in difficulty. They are extra stuff. But actually, as you can tell, let me reopen up that map. You notice I'm actually heading down this way because I'm actually gathering around to head towards this pier here. This one I was thinking about it, but then I just noticed there's nothing up here really. There's a town over here, which if I just get close enough, it looks like you might be able to just walk around. So that is my next destination. So I'm just gonna head directly there and hopefully not get into any battles on the way there. I just jinxed myself. Is this the right pier? This is the right pier, perfect. And I'm getting into a battle right about now. There it is. I knew it was gonna happen. Hello, I actually am just going to murder you. How's that? Just murder. Just flat out murder. I don't care. Okay. I don't care what your weaknesses are. I just realized that when they flash, it looks like they have like a giant smiley face going on. Are you dead yet? Wow, I just realized I did over 100 damage and I did not kill it to begin with. Okay, so things are already kind of ramping up. The experience point gain is pretty high up there, so if you do want to grind, I would say now is a good time. Okay, hello dude. I am just going to not waste as much magic on you and just do it that way. But yes, this is pretty much the most logical location to go to at this point because if again, looking at the map, there's no pier over here. There's no way I can land on this island whatsoever. Can't land on this island whatsoever. And can't land on this island whatsoever. So there's only 2 piers. So at this point, it's like, okay, just pick one. And if one doesn't work, go to the other one. So we did. And that is exactly what we're doing in order to get to this place. Crescent Lake. It is very green here. Items, please. I actually would like to buy some Phoenix Sounds because I don't have any. Maybe 4. 4 ought to do it. Potions, I don't really have that much, but just having these around will be useful. 45, yeah, that sounds good. 150, maybe a good 20 of those. Ethers actually would be useful at this point in the game, about 10. Don't really need too much. And then 10s, that's only for outside, so I already have 5, I think I'm good there. All right, we're good with that. I just spent a lot of money for that. This town actually does have some new materials in them, such as the mithril stuff. It's not totally new, but they do have some extra things here and there, such as the gloves, which I am going to buy. The boucle, which I'm going to buy not 11 of them, 2 of them will do. Okay, so we go to equipment, and then finally give you a shield. Yeah, there you go. And then you could equip the mithril gloves. Perfect. So they're all set there, but we have a couple more places. We have this here, which we have that. These are actually decent. And then the axe is also decent as well. I'm just gonna buy that and actually just examine, because I know he has the great axe on, which, yeah, that's just a little better. It's not too much of a big, it's not like a great upgrade, honestly. Especially since a lot of the stuff, I mean, this might be, but again, I'm using those like fancy weapons that just do a little bit more damage against certain things, which honestly is a good trade-off versus the extra 5. But it's very situational, so honestly, if you just want to do more damage, just buy those. And then you'll just do like a little bit of trade-off against not being able to do those. Let's see, can I buy any of these? Nope. As you can tell, I'm getting to the point where I can't use any of these at all. Stona, Cure Stone. Would be lovely, but I don't have that. Exit, teleports out of dungeons. I would like that too. Can't use that yet, and I can't use that yet. They are all good spells, but I can't use any of them. So let's take a look at the Black Mage stuff. Thundaga. I could use it if I was higher level, but I'm not there yet. Death, same thing. Quake, same thing. And Stun, same thing. So, Black Mage me could learn all that stuff if I were to do that. But it's not happening just yet. My husband is always traveling, and in the little time he is home, he sleeps all day. I think he needs to get his priorities straight. Thank you for the tip for my adventure. You are so totally helpful. All right, what about you? I don't plan these things out. I don't remember what anybody says. This just happens. You see a grave. Do any of these have Link in it again? I don't know. Anyways, is there anybody left in this town to talk to? That's the revival place. I don't really need that. That's the one, two, down there. So oh, that's a wall. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a bridge right here. So let's take this bridge. It looks like I could just wrap around and see all these people. This is a fancy town. You have one that's clearly, yeah, we need to talk to this person. We have all these here, so what do we got? Fiend of Earth wrought the land, okay? Where the Fiend of Fire passes, all is cast in the flame. Okay. When all 4 crystals shine once more, return here. All will be revealed. Good to know, so we will return to Crescent Lake when we have everything. Bring the light of the 4 crystals to us. Warriors of Light, only you could do this. At least, they are aware that we are the Warriors of Light. The volcano Mount Golg rises to the west of this town. The Fiend of Fire long slept within its passages, but she has awoken 200 years before her time. Vanquish her before the world is consumed in flame. Okay. Well done, Warriors of Light. You have defeated the Fiend of Earth and restored the crystal's light. Sadly, this has drawn the notice of the Fiend of Fire, who is not to have stirred for another 200 years. Take this canoe. Go face the Fiend of... Yeah, because we can so totally carry a canoe. So yes, I don't remember if this is actually called the Pocket Canoe in other versions of the game, but it's just called the canoe here. But I really doubt people can carry around a canoe, but a pocket canoe is a little bit of a stretch. They plot to rule the world both past and present. The Fiend of Wind appeared 400 years ago, followed 200 years later by the Fiend of Water. Together laid waste to the civilization in the north. Source of the 4 forces are altars scattered throughout the world. Defeat the fiends that have taken root there and lift up the crystal you carry to the altar. The crystal should regain its brilliance. Okay, so we are basically just getting backstory plot. Fire, earth, water, and wind. These are the 4 forces that compose our world. Yes, they are giving us all the backstory we need to know. This is pretty much how they explain it in the game. There wasn't really ways of doing cinematics back then. Nowadays, we can just kind of insert things. 4 great crystals exist in this world. Are you sure there aren't more, or am I thinking of another game? It's more than likely another game, but yes, there are 4 great crystals exist in this world. The light that once shone within them is now lost. 4 fiends of chaos block the power of the crystals, claiming it as of their own. 12 sages are we, guided to this land by the stars of prophecy. What about you? You are fancy. I am Lucan. You are the one guy that said you did the prophecy saying that there's gonna be warriors of light. I see a cycle of wrath, a dim light guided by destiny. That about which our entire future revolves. Yeah, P is the one that's like, oh hey, this is my prophecy, the warriors of light are gonna come. It's too bad you couldn't prophesize that we could come sooner, because according to all those people, hundreds of years have passed and all the fiends were kind of just wreaking havoc throughout this entire time. Which is a little bad, but now that we have a pocket canoe, we can sail on these waters. Or in this case, just the canoe. So we just kind of need to wrap our way around and we could actually just kind of get off whenever. It's not like the boat where we need a dock. But we have a big area, hello. Okay, I do have Thundara. Bam, all right. I do like how we got off our boat to do this, and I am totally fine with this. You need to die, Ochu. Bye-bye, buddy. And you also need to die. There we go. Still no level ups from that, but I gotta keep that in mind later. So yes, as you can tell, this is clearly a maze. Clearly a maze. But the good thing is we kind of have a map, which, wrong button. There we go, a large map. If we take a look, it's not very helpful. But as you can tell, if we kind of just go up to the right a little bit up, then just keep going left, we should be able to get around here somewhere to get into here. But there might be other ways around, so we might could just go up this way and then just go up again and then bam, bam, boom, boom. So if we just get over here, we have two different locations. So they did say to the west was the Fiend of Fire, so we're going to two different locations at this point, so just pick and choose. We'll probably just work our way down if we so felt like it. Hi. Draw. Okay. Let's get rid of you. I wish I studied that map for longer than 2 seconds because I actually have no idea where I'm going. But I'm just gonna kind of work my way up and see where I can go. Hi! Oh, great. The poison did more damage. All right, Neo-Chu. How about we just get rid of you? The only reason I'm even remotely using Thundaga on all these guys is because they're standing in water, and that might not even be their weakness at all. Could be fire, because I am in the water, but it is a plant. You need to die? I did 2 damage. That's fine, it's dead. All right, so I need to get rid of your poison. Yes, no. Why? How's it feel, everybody, to get 3 or less experience, or not experience, health? There we go. You know you worked up that thing for so long about the fact that, like, hey, everyone else gets HP and you don't, to a point where you have a comeback for it. And then when you finally get to say the comeback, you just screw it up entirely. All right, so looks like, all right then. I actually want to cast Thundara again because there's a lot of enemies and I want to get rid of you. Please die. I'm glad I have a lot of MP at this point because I'm getting to the point where in the original game, I would probably be running out of spell slots already, and that would be kind of iffy. Especially since I'm just kind of willy-nillying Thundara all the time. But I do have ethers and stuff, so I don't really care that much. I am legitimately lost. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going up this way, I suppose. Here? Nope. All right then. Where the heck am I? Okay, I think I'm going the wrong way because that was ouch to the extreme. You know what? I am nearly dead, so I am gonna go back to town and restock because I just did a lot of ouchies, and I'm going to navigate this map a little bit better. Okay, so new plan. That hurt. So clearly, this was heading towards where the fire crystal is. We do know that that is going to the west. We do have this location up here, which is to the north. If we actually get off at this stop, we can make our way through. Makes sense. That is a good idea. We could also do that as well. There are many things we are currently aware of. We are aware of the, let's see, the fire elementals location or the fire crystal. There is a civilization to the north, which I'm getting out of the full, there we go, to the full map, where we have stuff going on here and then we have stuff going on here. Okay, makes total sense. We have ideas. So there are locations we can go. We have many different locations. This game is very open world in the fact that you can almost go anywhere. I say almost. Clearly we are locked out of 2 separate islands. We can actually work our way towards making the entire game open if we felt like. Which in this case, might actually be a better alternative than going directly to the fireplace. Because we are aware that we need to get to Levystone as well at some point, because they won't just name drop an item and be like, hey, you're not going to get this, because it's going to happen. That is something that you can find. So there are multiple caves. We pretty much just go through any cave at this point and find something. In this case, we have all the time in the world. Obviously, if the elementals, the fiends, if they wanted to take over the world, they spent so many years not doing anything that we kind of have a lot of time in the world right now. So yes, these battles seem much easier by comparison, so it kinda goads you into going into different locations. Because obviously it's like, oh hey, you go here, the encounters are way too hard. You go here, the encounters are much easier. You don't get as much stuff, but just knowing that, we kind of realize that, hey, maybe we're getting a little bit of ahead of ourselves. So we can actually head up into different directions at this point, which I am going to follow a different path because I am bumping into walls and I don't like that. So I'm gonna head over here. We're in the canoe, so we might encounter some stronger enemies like we did before, but it's still better off knowing that we are encountering weaker enemies. This area in general that we are heading to, for example, there is a cave there, so we do know that there is going to be something there. That, I believe, is one of the extra dungeons added. I think it might be either the water or the fire shrines or whatever. Those places are not totally blind for me, but I do know that there is extra nonsense to be dealt with when you go to those areas. Which in this case, I'm fighting all these weak enemies, so I'm much clearly going for that. So if we just head over and up in here, we actually hit what is called the Cavern of Ice. This place is special in that it sucks. That is like the best description I could say for it. It sucks a lot. Because there are a lot of enemies here that have abilities that can kind of essentially just put you to stone or kill you really quickly. So it's either best to run for most encounters or just kind of mutilate everything you can. There are encounters you can beat, which in this case, I am level 21, 22-ish. I think I'm level 22 now, actually. It will be not terrible. As you can tell, I'm just kind of killing everything. A little bit, no problem. But again, there are encounters here that will be obnoxious. So just keep that in mind. If you're playing the PSP version or the GBA version onward, you could just make saves. So what am I doing? I am recording. There we go. Record over a separate save slot in case recordings go wrong, which they have for me in the past. And I've learned this. So I'm gonna record over a different, hi. Okay, let's kill you really quickly. These enemies, as you can tell, are the Pisco demons from before, except there's a lot of them, and they still kind of hurt. But if we kill them really quickly, we don't have to worry about it. But if they were all to attack, that would be a problem. So I am going to make sure everybody is a little bit up to snuff here. Everybody's good except for you and you. That'll do. I don't need to go full. Okay. So yes, the Cavern of Ice itself, though. Come on. The Cavern of Ice itself is kind of maze-like, but it's not terrible. There is a giant troll move that Square Enix, or Squaresoft, or Square, put in this game at some point, but they also did it as a little bit of a helpfulness as well, because just the way that the dungeon is structured. Come on. Oh, great. Ow. All right, good job, buddies. Let's do some damage. I'll just do Thundara at this point. I don't need to go full on God magic at the moment. I just kind of just need to do some damage. All right, that should do it. No, that was terrible. That was really terrible. Why was that so terrible? They're probably resistant. Oh wow, never mind. It's just that Daryl sucks. All right. All right. Okay, so we have a staircase here and we have a way down. The PSP version has this kind of fade out around the edges, which is really, really stupid and kind of makes it so you can't see nearly everything at once. But going down is a waste of time. I mean down, like going down from the screen, but yeah. So we are on B2 now, and B2 is a little bit obnoxious in the fact that we kind of just need to go around. It will take a while. Hi. You are like the mini Astos. That is hilarious to me. All right, I am just going to just cast magic and attack and just see what does the most. 'Cause I don't really know what hits you the most, and I'm having a sensation it's fire, but I guess we'll find out. Yep, all right, well, fire does it. Okay, so just keep heading down. This dungeon also introduces a system called cracks in the ground. Hi. You are new. You are pretty much the upgraded version of the Pisco Demon. And I believe you are the one that casts stone? There's an enemy that you... Die, please, thank you. I am so happy that Jag still has that on. Well, that's the worm killer, but still. It does a lot of damage to those for some reason. All right, so yes, easy floor here. You just go back up, and now you're back on B2. As you can tell, that was a ginormous waste of time. So now we're basically in the middle of the room. But you wouldn't be able to tell that if you're playing the PSP version because of the weird fading on the sides of the screen. But if you're playing any of the other versions, you'll kind of be able to tell. The NES version, not so much too. Why do I keep going to magic for everybody? I know that people just don't have magic, and I'm just like, I want to use magic with everybody. Okay. This ought to do it. Good. All right. I'm surprised I'm not leveling up as much at this point. I mean, I'm getting a lot of experience, but yeah. Okay. So everyone is okay. You are a little bit iffy. Okay. So let's just head down this way. And we'll start seeing some cracks right about here. So avoid them because hitting them is a bad. Forced encounter. It's always fun. All right, so I just want to do fire on you. That was clearly the thing that worked before. Ow! Ow! Why would you do that? Why would you cast Fire Aga? Okay, you're dead though. Okay. That could have been a little bit better of a chest. Okay, you need a cure and you need to cure. You are a little low too. Roach is still okay because he's Roach. All right, so there's clearly an item in the center that I can't get at yet because if I were to step on any of these cracks, I would fall. So I would need to find my way up a floor and then fall down onto it. So that's not helping. Or happening anyway. It's not happening. And you need to go. Okay. So now let's go around and grab this chest from behind. Flame sword. Perfect. The flame sword is very, very good. It's not very good for Roach exactly, since I kind of only boost him up by 1. But if anybody else can use it, that would be kind of a good for them. Because that just means that they'd be able to do more damage. So let's fall down. All right, so we arrive up in this upper left corner over here of the map. Honestly, if you don't have a map or something like that, you won't know this. But if you do have a map, then it's like, okay, you can just figure this. Stop paralyzing me. I hate paralysis. I mean, they only did it one time this entire time I've been in this dungeon, but still. Ambushes and paralysis is not fun. Paralysis on everybody is terrible. And if that happens, I am just gonna be like, nope. That is like a contention point for just resetting. Please, please, let me attack. Use magic, thank you. Wow, that could have gone really terribly. I mean, it did go really terribly, but still. Okay, everyone is alive, and I'm gonna be spamming potions. Because thankfully, I can in this version. Any other version of the game's like, no, you can't. Okay, so I got some ethers, and I'm going to spam at least 3 of them on you. All right, so we have stuff here. Obviously, we have a little bit of an ouchie situation going on. So let's see, 247, ouchie, 246, 245. So yes, we only really lose 1 HP per. So if we just manage our steps and just go through, we reach this room, which just makes sure I'm not like terribly low on health at this moment. Perfect. So, can kind of not get around this force encounter, sadly. So, force encounter. Hello. I don't know what your weakness is, but I'm just gonna cast my uber spells on you and just hope for the best. What am I doing? I'm just gonna actually attack because you have the worm killer, Jags, and you are gonna be making use of that. Like that. There we go. I'm loving these sound effects that these weapons have. It's just like bam, bam, bam. That's a lot of experience, and that's a lot of money. That was a lot of money. Okay, so who can actually use this? Obviously not you. Nope. You could use it. You're the only one that could use it, and it gives them the power of ice, which kind of helps a little bit. Other than that, everybody else is kind of in the mode of nope. But if we go on the space again, obviously we're gonna fight that encounter once again. Preemptive strike, I love you, game. All right, knowing this flaw in the system, thank you for just letting me kill that one, and then we just get another kill. That was an easy 4,000 gil. That is a good farm point. And you know what that means? I could save the game, and if I felt like I could farm for money, but I'm not going to because I don't need to. All right. Just because of the fact that I'm on the 3rd floor of this dungeon as well, so. All right, so let's continue. So going to the right is completely pointless. Yeah, that's, yeah, I'm gonna go down here. And then here, perfect. Ow, 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 I should probably be paying attention to that. And there's nothing there. Yeah, that was a waste of time. You know, I just said that you should have a map and then you'll be able to figure out this place. Why am I not using one? That would be super useful. I don't even remember, like, I know there's a troll stairs in this dungeon, and I don't remember which ones those are either, so it's like, if I hit them, I'm just screwed. I do know that they're like towards the end of the dungeon, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm just gonna have you attack, just so you can kind of maybe just murder something. But still. Okay. Ow. Don't do the ow. Thank you. Hit somebody else, please. I cannot wait until things look up a little bit better because we're getting to the point where enemies are starting to do a little bit too much damage. But that just equals level ups and all that nonsense. Obviously, the first Final Fantasy isn't very complicated. Just get higher numbers. And that's exactly how this game's gonna go. So I'm gonna go down this way because this way, I believe there is, there's 3, no, not 3. There are 6 chests in this room. This is why I playtest. Yeah, there's 6. I was trying to remember. I know that one has a force. It's another room with a force encounter sort of dealy, and obviously it's one that you can actually avoid. But where's the fun in that? I'm getting to the point where I can just kind of nuke things, and that's getting fun. So they're all dead. Okay. So how about we just grab all these chests? So we got one here with a lot of money, a lot of money, a lot of money. That's not the force encounter, by the way. If it was, it would not have been a preemptive strike. I mean, it could totally possibly be a preemptive strike, but that would be weird. Obviously, why did I just wait? Oh, that's actually, okay. I was gonna say, why did I waste my preemptive strike on really weak attacks? And then that was a garbage one. Not garbage, and not garbage. So yes, that one is literally just all money. So, yay, hi. Thank you for the preemptive strike, and I'm so happy it was a preemptive strike. I'm gonna just do Fire Rock. You attack, and actually, wait. Let's do it that way. Okay, that works. I just wanted to see who would attack what and who would destroy whatever, but that works for me. I saw those high HP gains. You can't hide them from me for spamming the button. Hi, Spectres. What am I doing? Let's just use fire. Yeah, that'll work. Boop, boop, and boop. Don't need to waste my magic too much yet, because there is a boss coming up. Le Gasp. It's going to happen. Obviously, there's an area. Well, it's actually not a boss. It's going to be a forced encounter. But it's a forced encounter boss, kinda? It's weird like that. I can't really explain why they, I don't know. Final Fantasy's weird. Can you stop hitting me, please? Okay, so down. And this is clearly obvious what we should do here. So do that, grab this, which is actually useful. All right then, that's fine. I'm getting to the point though where I'm kind of getting a little bit iffy on magic use, but I do have ether, so I'm not really complaining. Okay. So they're dead. I know they're just trying to kill me when I'm down, but you screwed up and attacked the wrong person. Haha! Now you can't possibly kill me. Haha! Now you're dead. Perfect. Alright, so we just go down. You saw that chest there, so just equals go around. We're good there, we get a lot of money. This area here coming up actually has 3 more chests. Okay, now we have a problem. But if I can just kill everybody before they destroy me, that would be great. Because again, they still do a lot of damage. Even though they're weak at this point, they still do a lot of damage. Except on Roach, because of course. It's like knowing that this is where the customization of parties come into play. It's like, yeah, Roach does like, he gets so little damage done to him by enemies that if you think about it, you could conceivably go through a party with just 4 warriors and be fine. As long as you're just stockpiling up on items. Why am I going to you? It's because I was talking about them, but still. Pretty much like you just have like a party full of warriors, you're fine. This is why like people do things like party full of white mages, party full of black mages, etc. I think black mages might be sort of the worst because you don't have curing options, but you do have devastation options. So it might be one of the hardest setups, but also maybe possibly one of the easiest. It's just due to the fact of how enemies hit you. The fact that they stagger who they attack. It just depends. You can do like party full of black mages and have all your lower black mages do like the good stuff and have like maybe the higher up ones do maybe stat boosting options. So you can get the stat boosting if you need them and then just do your devastation blows with the ones that are the lesser targets. So there's a crack there. I was trying to avoid that because I wanted these. All right. I am going to give you more defense. I cannot, never mind. I'm going to give you the more defense. Okay. So down we go. And this actually puts us right in front of this thing. Which I didn't mean to do that. This is the evil eye. This is essentially the boss thing. I actually meant to cure first. I don't know why I thought that it's like, oh hey, you could just hit the like, you would tap it and then the boss, but I forgot it was a standard thingy where you walk onto it. So yes, the evil eye. He has not a lot of help considering everything that you do in this dungeon. But he does have instant death spells. And otherwise, just cast thunder on him. And if you can pop him off in like a couple hits, yeah, he's dead. That's pretty much it. He gives you a lot of experience and a lot of gil. He's just like a standard enemy at this point. But it's still not that bad. But this gives us the Levy Stone. Like I was saying earlier, pop in a cave, we will find it. And that's the Levy Stone. So let's actually just drop down and make our way back. Speaking of which, did I ever buy that spell or was I stupid? You know what? I can actually take a look now. Yeah, whatever. I'll just pop them all off. Just die, just die, just die. I'll take a look outside of battle. Actually, no, I don't think I could have even bought it anyway. Teleport. Because teleport would have been nice to get out of this dungeon, but I'm gonna have to go out the way that is the troll move. Okay, that is a lot of enemies dead. I'm getting to the point where it's getting a little bit too close for comfort with some stuff, but you know what? Since I actually do more damage than Daryl, I'm going to give myself some more MP. All right, so let's head back down and make, yeah, this way. I was trying to remember which way it was. I'm like, no, I didn't walk over to the spikes on the right, did I? Hi, Mind Flayers. You know what? You died at attack, so I'm just gonna let everybody just pop you off. Great! That's fun. Okay, Roach, you can do this. I'm happy that didn't work. Okay, well, I'm happy that didn't happen, like, before me defeating the evil eye. But yes, if you're like a completionist and you're going for every item, you're like going through and then you see these stairs. It's like, oh, hey, I can use these stairs and maybe find some more items. Nope, it makes you leave. Which, it's a bad, especially since you kind of got to go through the entire place again and you're like, oh, come on. But yeah, that gives us the Levy Stone, which is actually what we're going to be using next. But we're actually not quite there yet. We need to head back to town, so I'm gonna do that really quick and see if I can actually buy new spells. So yes, now that we're fully healed back at Crescent Lake, we can actually start putting some pieces together. If you remember back in Mount Duragar, one of the dwarfs actually said something. Lally-ho! Not that one. It was actually a dwarf that said something about the Levy Stone being something that makes objects float in the air. But if you also remember back in Elfheim, there was an NPC lady there that actually mentioned that in the desert south of the Crescent Lake, which is here, which would clearly be here then, there is a giant ship with sails that floats in the sky. Something akin to that, along with using the Levy Stone. So now that we have that knowledge and we have the Levy Stone, what we can actually do is head south from here and use our fancy pocket canoe to actually make our way downwards towards this desert. Because when we do, and we step inside, at the Ryukon Desert, we use the Levy Stone and just plop it in the desert. And that actually gives us the airship. Because of course this ship doesn't like sand at all. It was coarse and rough, it got everywhere on it. So when we used the Levy Stone, we brought it up into the air. And now all the sand is off of it because it just kind of magically went away. And now that we have the airship, we can finally take to the skies and pretty much just go wherever we choose. Of course, since we're playing the PSP version, we have this really ugly graphical layer on the top that makes it look like, hey, we're in the sky. And it's like, I don't really like that much. But it essentially means we could land not anywhere. We can't land in water, obviously. We can't land in that. We can't land on here. We can only land on greenery. So with that knowledge, if we can fly anywhere, we can just land in places where it's like bam, green, bam, green, bam, green. So knowing that, we can actually just take off and go wherever we choose. This game just completely opened up. So with that knowledge in tow, next time on Azure Plays more Final Fantasy, let's see what we can do with this thing, shall we? I'll see you all then.